books matter. It's terrific.
Hello everybody, it's terrific. Today is a day of excitement. Subterranean Press has delivered. It is Ray Bradbury's The Martian Chronicles. And this comes with a bit of a gamble, a bit of a roll of the dice, because I've got a very good, slight, possible, definitely a chance of getting a signed version of this book. I don't know. So far, the box hasn't been opened, and at this point in my life, I feel like I might have a signed copy, although I know I probably don't. So there were 700, and this is a print run of 750. Some of them apparently were damaged in some sort of a print of an error, and they're sent back to the printer. So among that 750, some are out there, some been sent back to the printer. And among that 750, 40 of them have a signature page included from something previous. Ray Bradbury is a deceased author, I'm sure you know. If not, I'm sorry to break the bad news. He's not around anymore, but at one point, sometime, he signed these signature pages, and Subterranean Press got a hold of 40 of them and randomly inserted 40 of them in there, and nobody knows what they get until they open it up and see if they got the golden ticket, the Ray Bradbury signed book. And that's exciting because it just is. Signed books are better, and having one of 40 makes it even more special. I got Ray Bradbury signatures already, multiple different books. In fact, I've got the Martian Chronicles from Easton Press down here, a signed copy of that, but it makes the book more special. And this from Subterranean Press is a second edition, or second print, I guess it'd be a second edition of a previously released Martian Chronicles from Ray Bradbury. And I don't have that one. I haven't seen that one. I've never touched it, never looked at it from afar or anything like that. But this is a cloth-bound behemoth, 750 plus pages, they say, including 50 or more stories, essays, forewords, afterwards, screenplays, and all that. 23 additional, 23 in addition to what I guess was previously released. I haven't counted them up in my Easton Press book here to see how many is in there, but the Martian Chronicles is perhaps Ray Bradbury's most beloved work, an episodic assortment of stories related to colonizing Mars. I think almost all the readers out there, a lot of the readers out there have read Fahrenheit 451, and I love it. But it seems like, of the fans, Martian Chronicles is the most beloved. So it's exciting. It's exciting to have a publisher like Subterranean Press put together something grand and give people, 750 people, another shot at it with this second edition. And it's even more exciting to open that mother to see if I got a signed copy. And we'll see together, because I have zero ideas. I've seen 2, maybe 3 already on the Facebook where people opened it, got the signature page, got the signed copy, and I believe on the bag that the book is in, when they open it up, it says if it's signed or not. We'll see. I'm assuming if there's no sticker on the cover or on the bag, then it's not a signed copy, but a fella can hope. 40 out of 750, you're telling me there's a chance. Definitely, absolutely, definitely, 100% guaranteed to have a slight chance of getting that signature page. So let's take a look and see what we got. I haven't seen a ton of what's inside this book, and that's what I'm assuming I didn't get a signed copy. The odds are small, and don't get your hopes up for something that's probably not going to happen. Anyway, that adds a little bit of fun to it. But I'm excited to see the Edward Miller art. All I read was Dust Jacket and Interior Plates by Edward Miller, and I'm so excited to see that. There is a foreword by Joe Hill. There is also an afterword by Richard Matheson. Phenomenal authors that I know and love. So it's neat to have their contributions to this collection. And stop a-doing with no more of that stuff they call ado. Let's use the Alaska skinning knife that's actually made in Chicago, but I bought it in Alaska, so it's the Alaska skinning knife. And let's skin that mother. Let's skin that smoke wagon and go to work. Let's see what 40 out of 750 actually looks like. And then from there, let's see what the other 710 are more than likely going to look like. And see, so this book cost $200. Oh, I didn't see nothing yet. This book cost $200 plus shipping. And I spoke to a good friend, a good fella that I would love to be able to consider a friend, although I've never actually met the guy. A good fella. Just today, he got his in the mail, and the first question I asked him, first thing I wanted to know, was it signed? He already said no. But the first question I asked is it worth $200? And this person gave me the definitely, absolutely, in my opinion, very happy with what he got for $200, because some of us hold a dollar dear. It's not always easy to come by that moolah. So when you're spending $200 on a book, you want to make sure you're getting what you're paying for. He said yes, so I'll be the judge, you be the judge. We'll take a look and see what we see. Now, I don't know how deep I gotta dig before I find out whether or not I'm one of the 40 or one of the 710. Emmy, hoping you hooked me up. Come on, Emmy. You can hook me up just once. Emmy, let's see what Emmy says, what Emmy gave me. Let's see what Emmy gave me. Let's get this behemoth out of all this popcorn stuff. Good padding, good cushioning. So far, I'm not seeing a sticker, but maybe there's still a chance. So Subterranean Press is going to ship stuff in an oversized box, which is terrific. They're going to put stuff in a bubble mailer, which is terrific. They're going to fill it full of padding, phenomenal. And what they've started doing in the last, I don't know, a few months, they've started putting these padded little corner protectors. And it seems like, wah, 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 I don't see anything saying signed on here. As expected, the odds are not in my favor. But let's take a look at this book. Let's open this mother up and see what she looks like. Let's see what these interior plates by Edward Miller look like. And I can just tell you right now, I said 750 plus page behemoth. This is a heavy mother. It's big. It's a big joker, tall and wide. 750 pages, takes up a lot of space. So, all right, just about there. Let's open her up, take a look at some of the, let's take a look at it all. Take a look at everything. See what we got, see what my money got me. All right, so man, there it is. You've probably already seen the dust jacket images, and there's the spine. Man, that looks cool. That reminds me of other Subterranean Press spines that's going to look good on my shelf. I've got Bradbury, unfortunately, spread out because I've got different collections. I've got the Suntup editions collection, so I got Bradbury numbered here, 451, Bradbury AE there. I've got Easton Press down there with Martian Chronicles. I've got other Bradbury stuff over there in a Bradbury section. So this is going to go over there in a Bradbury section with some of the other books I've got from different publishers. And there's the back of the dust jacket. Artwork by Edward Miller. Now, I might be showing my dumbness, and I do that a lot, so ain't nothing. I do dumb stuff all the time. But I'm not familiar with Edward Miller. I probably got a book or so on the shelf with artwork from Edward Miller. But I couldn't tell you what it is. I don't know. Anyway, let's take a look at this one and see what he's done for the Martian Chronicles. All right, so there's your dust jacket. Subterranean Press makes nice dust jackets. Good, stout, thick paper, strong. And they really do a good job. Cloth-bound book. really do a good job of giving you a quality book. So this ain't the cheap stuff, the trade edition stuff. You got a Smith's own quality binding, good cloth boards. Our end papers are a bright blue, nice and bright, pretty. Let's take a look and see. There is portrait of Ray Bradbury. So far, I haven't said Badberry. For some reason, I spit out Badberry a lot when I'm saying this. It's just one of my problems. So with additional original introductions and afterword by John Scalzi, Joe Hill, Mark Scott Zickery, and Richard Matheson. I've got a Richard Matheson collection that is not by any means complete, but one that I'm very proud of. The contents, these are all up on Subterranean Press website, so you can look it up. But the table of contents is long, 2 pages front and back of stories that are added up to accumulate part 1. And then part 2 is additional materials, how I wrote my book. Part 3, the other Martian tales of Ray Bradbury. I almost said it, Bradbury there again. So from 200 to part 4, the screenplays, Ray Bradbury by Richard Matheson, or for Ray Bradbury by Richard Matheson. The Martian Chronicles 1963 screenplay by Ray Bradbury, and the Martian Chronicles 1997 screenplay. So that adds up to a whole bunch of stuff. And then here a list of color illustrations. And let's take a look at these color illustrations. That's kind of what I'm interested in seeing. The additional material. The problem is, when I got a book in my hand like this, I usually don't like to read them. So I might have to either break my typical rule, which I've broken before. I've read limited editions off my shelves when I had no other choice. But I may have to break my own rules and read some out of here. Now, I said that some of the 750, from what I read, were sent back because of flaws. I think it was a folded page that the quality control caught before it was put up for sale and shipped out to customers, which is great. Printers are gonna mess up. Just the way it is. When you do so much work like that, you're gonna mess up occasionally. Occasionally something's gonna get out and get to a publisher. And a big behemoth of a book, I want to be careful with my binding and spine while showing you all of this stuff here without a table. Show you some of this beautiful artwork. Man, that looks nice. The illustrations make the book better. When you're talking about signed and limited edition books, maybe I shouldn't, but I'm starting to get to where I kind of expect some pictures in there, some good pictures. And when I don't get it, I feel like maybe it's not quite as good as it should be. The other thing I really dig are slipcases. Now, a lot of publishers don't do slipcases, and there's a lot of people out there that do slipcases. They do slipcases aftermarket, and there's publishers that ship their books in slipcases. But that's another added feature which is not present here. I'm not complaining about that. I'm just stuff to talk about. When I think about limited edition books, the stuff that really adds value to me: illustrations, slipcases, quality bindings, quality materials and craftsmanship. What else? Good paper. Let's talk about paper. I just showed you an illustration, and opposite the illustration, there is the print. You can see that print size. Some people really ask. But the paper, I don't know what kind of paper it is, but it's thick paper. I can't really see through it. It's not a trade edition paper. I don't know, but it's good. It feels good. Feels good. And that's all we'll say, because I'm not qualified to say anything else. So on this book, I've shown you, look at here, a fold-out illustration. Now let's see how I can show this joker off without messing anything up. Is that possible? Somebody did all this good work. I don't want to mess stuff up. Look at there, man. Looks cool. So far, is that the third one? That's the third one, I think, so far. Already I'm pleased. Got a long way to go into this. At this rate, I don't know if I'll be able to show you all the pictures unless I just run out of them somewhere in there. But it looks good, man. Quality book. Nice book, and I'm finding some cool pictures. Another, feels like another fold out. Nope, there we go. Let's take a look at all of these. Looks so nice. Man, I like this kind of, that's the stuff that makes things like this special. So far, it seems like it's chock full of illustrations. So at the beginning, I mentioned 4 or 5 as well it had listed. But here we go, man. I found quite a few more. So in this case, it exceeds expectations. And these illustrations are looking good. I can't really say enough about this volume. I went into it a little apprehensive. $200 is money for a book, man. There's people out there who would say you're a complete lunatic for spending $200 on a book. Don't tell them. Don't tell them. I don't like being called a lunatic. Anyway, so when you go spend that kind of money on a book, you have certain expectations. Some of us are easier to please than others. I don't consider myself to be hard to please, but some of these publishers have definitely spoiled me, spoiled us with what they've given. And I think perhaps, unless I'm missing some, part 1 may contain all of the illustrations. As I get into these later parts, I'm not finding the illustrations. So it seems as though they're probably all contained in the beginning, and maybe that list in the beginning that I read or that I showed you was the total assortment of illustrations. So we're getting into screenplays now. The Martian Chronicles. I'm in the 1997 screenplay. Golly, if that's the last thing in here, that's a fat screenplay. Anyway, I think I've shown you all the stuff that I'm gonna show you. Not that I don't want to show you anything else, but I think I found all the illustrations. Unless you want to listen to me reading screenplays, in which case I'm sorry, I'm not going to satisfy that need, but most of you probably don't. That's it. So there's my book, and there's my slip case or dust jacket. So now that I'm at the end, I asked a buddy, is it worth $200? And so I'm going to answer that question myself after having flipped through. And I'll definitely say, definitely, $200. To me, this is a $200 book. I wouldn't pay $400 for it. I wouldn't pay probably $300 for it. This is a $200 book. And when you get it in your hands, I think you'll agree. So if you've ordered one, I hope you love it. If you haven't, I hope you get and you want it, I hope you get the opportunity when the other ones are fixed and sent out and available for pre-order. I would say grab one if you want it. No apprehension on my part. Subterranean Press says this is a keeper, and I completely agree. This is a keeper. Goes on the shelf over there in the Ray Bradbury collection. And with that being said, I can think of no more lies to tell. Thank you for your time, and c'est la vie, baby.